Pakistan, Mir Jafar and China. How China aims to enslave the Indian subcontinent. The first question is, who is Mir Jafar? He was the traitor who betrayed the Muslim Bengal Kingdom and allowed the British to get a strong foothold and troops to enslave the Indian subcontinent. This is the same role that Pakistan is playing, allowing Chinese troops to occupy and use their land, their people, to enslave people from the Indian subcontinent. Why did Mir Jafar go against his people? Same reason that the Pakistani generals are doing right now. Greed and jealousy against the king, who was his cousin. This betrayal made the Indian subcontinent pay a colossal price in lives and money cost. We had the 1857 revolution to try to free the Indian people from the British, which led to millions of deaths. We had the Indian independence movement, where hundreds and thousands of people were killed, lots of injustice was done against them. We had the Bengal famine, where millions and millions of people died because the British ordered that indigo be grown as opposed to food crops in India during the Second World War. There was rape and murder and pillage of India and use of divide and rule, which is being played across the subcontinent even today, using religion between brothers, because people forget that one brother could have been a Hindu and the other a Muslim before the bitter partition was forced on us by the British. If you look up Mir Jafar in Wikipedia, you will see what he did and what role he had in allowing the British to conquer India, similar to what China is using Pakistan to conquer the Indian subcontinent, which would include Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Nepal, Burma and Sri Lanka. Pakistan continues the proud tradition of Mir Jafar as being a client state always on sale and available to the highest bidder. She played a role of a paid soldier for America, and now she believes the role of a paid soldier for China, except that the Chinese are at the door and inside their own country and enslaving their own people. Pakistani military establishment is working as the Chinese Mir Jafar to enslave the Indian subcontinent. Pakistan is in effect waging a war against itself, enslaving their people to the Chinese by allowing the use of Pakistani territory by the Chinese and selling huge tracts of Pakistani land to the Chinese. Here is a picture of how the Indian subcontinent was surrendered to the British, and another picture of how Pakistan is selling its own people to the Chinese. What can India do for Pakistan? Unfortunately, very little, directly, but it should be called out that this behavior is the worst behavior ever, exposing how the Pakistani generals are selling their people to slavery. Hope they have made millions, taking the best of land, the best of property, and sold their people to slavery. They have even gone to the extent of selling Pakistani women to the Chinese. That is the level of hypocrisy and lawlessness of Pakistani army. India should be talking directly to the Pakistani people via social media, news channels, and any other mode of communication, alerting the Pakistani people to what they are being told and what the real truth is. What can India do to China to prevent this Mir Jafar movement? One is to begin with economic decoupling from China. 2. Give diplomatic recognition to Taiwan, making it difficult for China to deal with India. 3. Close the Mumbai and Kolkata Chinese embassies we don't need. These are Chinese spy agencies. 4. Impose Chinese occupation tax on all Chinese products of at least 30 to 50% in Chinese occupied Kashmir that currently China sits on. 5. Impose rigorous country of origin taxes on all products that are sold in India. It should have what percentage of a product comes from which country. So, one is manufacturing and ownership country. Second is what percentage of the materials in a product come from which country. Thank you.